welcome back to my channel. I received a request for a video of my first speech pathologist session after surgery, and hopefully I will follow up with more of these. I wasn't sure anyone would find them interesting, but I recorded them for myself, and I received a request, so I thought I'd put it out there. Now, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Be aware that this is just about recovering from surgery. You know, the surgery was to have a more feminine pitch, but there's a whole lot more to having a feminine voice than just pitch. It's the words you choose. It's using tone to modulate your voice instead of amplitude. It's using a different accent altogether than men use. So I hope you keep all that in mind. And I worked for a long time on my own with my voice before having a speech pathologist, and I found it very useful. But there's also a lot of really helpful tutorials online and provided by other trans women who have gone before us. So I hope you find it useful. Here it is. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
May I record this?
What's that?
May I record this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, great.
Great. Okay, so you had your surgery.
Yeah. You like my new face?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by your awesome onesie that you have.
Thanks. Yeah.
So what's all happened since I last saw you? You had your surgery at Dr. Demir on the 21st.
I did. On the 8th of December, I also had brow reshaping and rhinoplasty.
Okay, nice. And all, everything went pretty smoothly?
Yeah, it's all going great.
Okay, awesome. Very good. And so after the surgery, you had a week of voice rest.
Right. And I haven't been using it a whole lot since then. It's still really squeaky, and sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out.
It's difficult to control.
Your voice?
Yeah.
Difficult to control.
It's because if I try to do something, I just do this.
Okay. Okay. And since the surgery, do you feel like, in the last week since the surgery, do you feel like it's improving or getting more consistent? Or
Well, it's definitely getting better. Like at the beginning, after the first 7 days, all I could do was whisper. So, yeah, it's getting better.
You haven't really been using it all that much, you said?
No.
And then, okay, right now, how much physical effort do you feel that it is to use your voice?
Well, more than it used to be, but it's not bad. But I have a feeling, if I tried to use it for an extended period, it would get really tired fast.
Okay.
So it's still pretty swollen.
So not, the stamina's not really there.
Right, yeah, I think the larynx is still very swollen. It's been a little bit over 3 weeks, so.
And do you feel any either just at baseline or with talking?
I have a sore throat. It's not nearly as bad as it was, but yeah, it's still sore.
Okay, and then, so maybe physical effort, like 10 being max effort, maybe you're like at a 3 or a 4, like it's not, no.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Maybe a 4.
And then what about, like cognitive effort currently? Like how much you have to like think about how you're going to use your voice? 10 being
Well, I can't really, there's not a lot, because if I try to think about it, then nothing comes out.
Okay. That's not actually helpful. Okay. And then, you know, this isn't going to be super high right now, but as far as the quality of your voice, 10 being like the best voice you could expect, and no voice, where do you think you are right now?
I'm right about a 2 right now.
Okay. And any difficulty swallowing since the surgery?
No, actually, that's fine.
Okay. And any changes in breathing, like increased shortness of breath, anything like that?
No, I haven't noticed anything.
Okay, good. Any new, like, coughing or just throat clearing that you noticed you had to do?
It's been pretty minimal. I do cough a little bit, and like I said, I still have a sore throat, but it's not as bad as it was. Not being able to cough or clear my throat during the first 7 days was really difficult. I mostly managed to do it, except for a couple of exceptions, where I just couldn't help it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times where you just, there's something there and you have to clear it, absolutely. And then, how much water are you drinking a day?
About 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons.
And how about caffeine? Or did you not drink caffeine?
No, I do.
You do, okay.
That was including caffeine. So, say about a gallon of that is tea.
Sorry, go ahead.
So about 1 gallon is tea.
Oh, okay. Is it, like black tea?
Usually green tea, sometimes black tea.
So then, if you're just gonna
Say 80% is green tea.
Okay, so straight water is maybe like half a gallon.
Yeah.
And then, any alcohol?
No.
Okay. And any, reflux symptoms that you've been having? I think you said you don't have issues with that.
No, I haven't had a problem with that. I think maybe I had that once during this whole thing.
Okay. Okay. Alright, let's try to do a few things with your voice here.
Okay, sounds good.
I think kind of in the beginning, post-op, this is more like recovery treatment, kind of getting you back to a more functional voice rather than like trying to aim for a specific pitch.
Right.
Just like reestablishing that coordinating breath and muscle and resonance and all of that.
One thing I wanted to say is, since I haven't talked with you in months, I went on a trip with somebody, and actually it was really helpful to phrase everything in the form of a question, because it didn't go down well when I didn't do that. So, just like another person who was like really sensitive, and that made a big difference, honestly, in terms of how I was received.
Oh, interesting. So not so much in terms of helping you like maintain a certain pitch, but just in the way that you were overall communicating.
Yeah.
Okay.
phrase everything in the form of a question.
What's that?
I had to phrase everything in the form of a question. Yeah. It was useful. It was really useful.
Okay. Do you think that's something you'd want to use all the time, or more like dependent on the conversation?
I will use it more often, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, what was I going to have you? Oh, yes. Can I have you just, I know it's not very long, but take a breath in and hold out a E as long as you can hold it. Okay. What if you try to do it a little bit lower? Is that any easier than that higher level, or is it about the same?
It's effort-wise, it's the same. It just doesn't come.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's try a humming sound and see how that works out. So just don't think about the pitch, but just nice and easy. Okay.
Can you hear that?
A little bit.
Okay.
It started out stronger and then kind of...
Yeah, it's hard to keep it going.
Okay. And try it again. Okay. Good. And now try an ooh sound. So. Okay. And try it a little higher. Is that more effortful, regardless of how it sounds?
A bit, yeah.
It is more effortful?
Mostly just because it doesn't want to vibrate.
Okay. Okay. Now try, can you try doing a whimper sound? So like a... Okay. Okay. And now, can you say quack quack?
Quack quack.
Okay. And me me.
Me me.
Okay. Okay, and let's try to go ooh. Okay. Okay. And try gliding through your range, so just starting as low as comfortable to as high as comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
And ooh. Okay. Okay. So I think to start, we're just gonna do some exercises to help kind of release any excess tension, help the vocal cords vibrate with a little less effort. You probably don't have this handy right now, but do you have a straw? No.
No.
Okay. I'm going to show you an exercise later.
Okay.
That I want you to do at home, which is using the straw and some water helps to create a little back pressure, which helps the vocal cords vibrate a little bit easier, so it's not just...
I can take a pin apart.
A pen?
Yeah, I got a pen. I took apart.
Okay. Let me grab my straw real quick, and
Okay.
I will, So, this is something you also are going to want to practice with using water, but you can do it without the water today too, which is also helpful. So when you fill up your cup, you want it to be like a third full, not more than that, because otherwise you'll make a mess. And so what you're going to do is, you take the straw, again, you can practice this without the water. You take the straw and you put it like an inch into the water, it's not all the way to the bottom, and you just say, ooh, into the straw, into the water. So you're just going to go...
Okay.
How does that feel?
Fine.
Fine? Okay, good. And you just do that 10 times at a comfortable pitch of... You're going to feel a little vibration in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
And making sure that as you do it, you are always have your voice on, so it's not just blowing. Doesn't really do anything.
Right.
Let's do it 5 times for me.
Okay.
And then after you do that, you're going to do, again into the straw, some glides. So just low to high.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do 5 more. And now we're going to do it the other way, so you're going to go high to low. Good.
Okay.
Okay, good. And then you can take the straw out of the water and just do a few oohs just into the straw. So. And now, without the straw, but still keeping that kind of pursed lip posture. So just, okay. And what happens if you try a little higher? Is that painful?
It's not painful, it's just difficult.
Okay. Physically difficult?
Yeah.
Okay. If you do it at the first pitch where it's a little bit lower, is that less?
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So just do that. Do that 3 more times. Just that. wherever.
Ooh. It's like I'm getting an extra whistle there. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
And now try shaping that into a word. So you're going to say one.
One.
Again.
One.
Is that comfortable?
One. Yeah, it's comfortable.
Okay. Now try wow.
Wow. Wow.
What?
What? What?
Okay. We.
We.
Will. Why? And why? Good. Now that feel okay?
Yeah, that felt fine.
Okay. And then, can you hold out just like a ha? Okay. And a ooh. Good. All right. I'm gonna try to. Well, actually, do you still have that pitch up?
Yeah.
Because I'm having a hard time.
We'll see if it hears me. I tried it the other day and it did not recognize me in my current state.
Yeah, it's having a hard time registering a pitch for me, and maybe because it's through the computer and because it's quieter. So I was just curious.
Let me see. It's partially recognizing me. So a little bit.
What is it saying pitch-wise?
It's actually saying between 320 and 220.
Between 320 and 220?
Yeah, maybe 200 at the lowest. Like if I did oh, that's like 230.
Okay. Okay, great. I'll have you record yourself. Remember the last time I had you record yourself reciting that passage about the rainbow?
Right, yeah, that's the analyze button. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light onto many beautiful colors. So that thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to just, at some point, you just record yourself. It doesn't have to be like through the app.
Sure.
Just send it to me just so I can have kind of like a
Yeah, I can do that.
new baseline. Okay, and I want to try one more kind of exercise.
I can use my good recorder, which I have something.
What's that fuzzy part for?
Oh, that's to keep the wind noise down.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
Are you cold in there?
not right now.
Okay.
I wear lots of layers and I'm sitting in front of a heater, so I'm okay.
I heard we're supposed to get more snow.
Oh, fun.
I hope that tent is somewhat insulated. Blowing
No, it's not insulated. That's the downside. But I have a big pile of comforters.
That's something.
And I'm trying to figure out, how to get a house built. So, we'll see.
Okay. One thing at a time.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're just going to try it out. I want you to do a glide in your range, but you're going to do it, we may have done this before, in an NG sound, so like a if you say the word sing, kind of that high tongue position, and you're not trying to get a lot of volume, so it's relatively quiet, and you're just going to go
sing.
Sing. Good. Again.
Sing. So that peaked up at like 500 hertz and then went down to 150. So,
Okay, good.
yeah.
I think this could be a good little exercise to help kind of, stretch out and engage the chords in, again, a very gentle way. So again, you're not trying to get a lot of volume or push a lot of air through.
Right.
But keeping that high tongue position to allow a lot of space for the larynx to kind of contract and expand.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that might be helpful when you're practicing this, even though like we do this with singers a lot, to help it's anchor basically. So head and neck anchor, providing a more stable, like those larger muscle, stabilizing the larger muscle groups. So then the vocal cords themselves can have a little bit more stability. Kind of the same idea if like if you try to like sign a piece of paper and your wrist is free floating, it's going to be a lot harder to do those small movements as opposed to kind of anchoring the wrist and then being able to, same kind of idea. So in order to kind of engage the muscles of the palate, think about like if you're at the dentist and they're kind of coming towards you and you're kind of bracing for it like this, or like if you take a bite into an apple, you feel like how the soft palate kind of engages and raises up a little bit. So that, or another way that helps me find it is like if you're trying to move your ears, you don't actually have to be able to, but what happens is again, like those muscles of the soft palate really lift.
Yeah, okay.
Stabilize. So that's kind of what you're looking for when you're doing that glide.
Okay.
To engage those palate muscles and then sometimes I think it's helpful to say the sing, just to make sure you're landing in the right position.
Sing. Sing.
And then again, you want to be doing the glide on the instead of the E, so not sing, but sing.
Sing.
Good.
Yeah, it's much easier.
Yeah, so the E sound is a very tense vowel, so it kind of can invite more constriction. It's also a little bit more lateral, and we're trying to keep things nice and open.
Okay.
So that is a warm-up, and then we call it straw bubble, very technical term, with the cup and the straw. and then kind of
Right.
transitioning to just straw, to just the ooze, and shaping them. This is all kind of helping to help re-coordinate muscle and air. I mean, basically, the anatomy has changed, so there's just, aside from the swelling, healing, there's just kind of a readjustment period of how to coordinate the air with the muscle. And so these exercises will help with that part. And also time.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, it's very recent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you said you're 3 weeks out?
3 weeks out last Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And typically we anticipate, that the recovery process can take, 3 to 4 months before you're back to a normal, consistent voice.
That's what I thought, like 3 to 6 months, maybe up to a year.
Yeah. Yes, it's a little bit of a long road, but it's, along the way, like, things progress, and it's gonna become more functional sooner than that, but just as far as being confident, like, about where your voice is gonna go, and just the range finding the range that really feels comfortable, like, that's a little bit more trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, how do you feel? Are you happy you did it?
Oh, yeah. I am. Well, actually, I am happy. It's going to take a while before I feel like, yeah. I know what it's going to be like. To me, it's just like, it's still in the oven.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But so far, recovery's been good. So
far, it's been good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't have any more surgeries, like, in the near future?
Probably not. I may get some work done on my chin, but I need to wait till all of this is healed first.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also just to see, like, how it finally looks when it's finally done, because I think this is probably going to change a little bit too. This is all still a bit swollen. So, my profile, you can see it much more, what happened. But
so, what did they actually, like, do physically, like?
I used to have a rather heavy brow. You probably don't remember, but I had a very heavy brow, so this whole portion here got radically reshaped.
Like the actual bone, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, they reshaped my upper sinus area and the bone. And on the nose, this got narrower. They pulled the tip up.
Yeah.
Everything got a little narrow.
In the nose, yeah. Yeah. Was that really painful, the recovery?
The forehead was at first. Yeah.
Mm.
It's still kind of painful, actually, as now. I can kind of feel I'm starting to have feeling coming back with all the nerves. So, like, I can feel this, like I couldn't feel it before. But this part, I still can't feel. But I feel all these, like, shooting pains through all of those nerves. So, and then they took up the scalp all the way to here. They removed the scalp and then pulled this area forward so that my forehead, this was all reshaped. I used to have a much more pronounced widow's peak.
Oh. Yeah, I have that too. Wow.
Yeah, well, now mine is more like yours than actually, like, going back to here. So it used to go back to here.
Okay. Yeah, and just in terms of surgery, which probably Dr. Nero mentioned to you, just you don't want to be intubated too soon after your surgery.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why I was really... I wasn't sure I was going to get the facial stuff done before that surgery, and it all worked out. I'm really happy.
That's good. Good.
Yeah.
We're all kind of pretty close together, but I guess, like, if you're going to be recovering, you might as well just, like, do all the...
It was pretty extreme, yeah. 2 weeks apart.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Although this felt really minor compared to the forehead.
Oh, the vocal surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is in a sense. I mean, it's like a much smaller area that.
Yeah. Although recovery seems like it's going to take quite a bit longer in some ways. Soft tissue, you know,
Exactly.
it's a little tricky.
And just it's like there's a lot of coordinations in the system, you know,
Yeah.
to make sure it works efficiently. So, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I've got the NG practices, I've got the bubbles, and was there anything else?
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
I don't want to give you like too much.
Oh, that's fine.
So you don't, you know, I mean, practice these every day, but I just don't give you too much so it like becomes strained.
Right. Yeah.
Which is kind of the the concern in all of this is like getting into a pattern of hyperfunction because it's not working as efficiently as it was before, and then having to kind of like undo that. So just taking it really easy.
Sounds good.
And then
I don't have to do a lot of chatting. I'm basically just talking to my parents at dinner, so that's fine.
Okay, good. So yeah, I'll send you instructions for that, and then just send me a recording of just that first paragraph of the rainbow passage. I know that it's like really long in the app. I don't need that whole thing.
Okay.
And then we can plan to check in I'll say 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't want to do it like every week because I think it's like part of this is time, right? Like giving things time to
Right.
settle.
Yeah.
So I will have the scheduler. All of our schedulers are just doing it all now. We don't really like discuss.
Okay.
Just because I was getting like, I would agree on a patient on something, and then by the time I like told them, they had booked someone else, and you know, it was just like getting to be really inefficient.
Okay.
So I'll have them reach out to you to make an appointment within 2 weeks from now, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you, and I'm glad you're doing well, and go on this journey together.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. May you be well. May you be blessed. May you be fully at peace. Aloha.